Hello everyone. In our last video, we understood the concept of consumer equilibrium and learned that it is that situation where a consumer gets maximum satisfaction by purchasing commodities out of his limited income in such a manner that he gets the maximum satisfaction. In today's video, we will explore more about consumer equilibrium and equilibrium conditions. So, when we are studying the concept of consumer's equilibrium under cardinal utility analysis, there are two cases, one commodity case and two commodity case. We have already discussed about one commodity case in our last video. So today we will focus on two commodity case of consumer's equilibrium under cardinal utility analysis. For that, we need to first of all understand the meaning of law of equimarginal utility. Now, what is this law? This law explains the relationship between consumption of two or more goods, and it also explains the combination of those goods that gives the maximum satisfaction to the consumer. The basic idea behind this law is that consumers maximize his total utility when he is spending his money income in such a way that utility derived from last unit of money spent on each good is same or equal. So this law basically based on various assumptions, that is, there is a rational consumer, there is no change in income, taste and preferences or price of related good. So in this law, basically we are equating the per rupee marginal utility of good X and good Y. So what will be the equation of this law? The equation of this law will become marginal utility of X divided by Px. This is per rupee marginal utility of good X is equals to MUY upon PY. This is per rupee marginal utility of good Y. And this is equals to MUM or marginal utility of money, which we have already assumed to be a constant or 1 under cardinal utility analysis. Now, if we want to see the relationship between law of equimarginal utility and consumer's equilibrium, we need to see this through a table. In this table, consumer's income is given as rupees 11. Two commodities are burgers and sandwiches. Price rupees 2 per burger and price rupees 1 per sandwich. In the first column, units of burgers are given to us. In the second one, marginal utility per burger in terms of utils is given to us. कि first burger से 90 utils, second burger consume किया तो 80 utils, ये satisfaction हमें मिल रही है, which is constantly falling. But we know that in our last video we have already discussed that we need to convert this into marginal utility in terms of rupees. So in this column we are dividing the marginal utility in terms of util divided by price of the burger. So this is how we have calculated these values, marginal utility in terms of util divided by the price of the burger. So these are the values. Now in this column, units of sandwiches are given to us and marginal utility per sandwich is given to us, which is again in terms of utils. So we need to convert it into marginal utility in terms of rupees. So what we have done? Marginal utility divided by the price of the sandwich, which is given to us. So this is how we have calculated these values. Now, suppose I want to know at what point consumer is getting the maximum satisfaction. So according to law of equimarginal utility, it says that consumer will maximize his utility where MUX upon PX is equals to MUY upon PY. Now, let's find out this particular combination. So, at this point, 4 units of burger, we have marginal utility of money per rupee as 30, and if I look at sandwich, it is at 3 units of sandwich. 30 is same as MUX upon PX and MUY divided by PY. So, per rupee marginal utility of good X is equal to per rupee marginal utility of good Y is when consumer is purchasing 4 units of burger and 3 units of sandwiches. We will explain this with the help of a graph. So here in this graph, we have taken the quantities of burger by this way: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And quantities of sandwiches we are measuring this way: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Similarly, marginal utility and price of burger is measured here, and marginal utility and price of sandwiches are measured by this axis. So the point, recall the law of equi-marginal utility where per rupee marginal utility of both the goods are same. So we have per rupee marginal utility of burger is equals to per rupee marginal utility of sandwich at this point, and here we can see that consumer is at equilibrium when he is consuming 4 units of burgers and 3 units of sandwiches. Now here, along with the second condition that marginal utility must be falling, we can say that consumer is in equilibrium. Now imagine if a consumer is not at equilibrium, अगर वो इस पॉइंट पे नहीं है, यानी कि अगर ये दोनों इक्वल नहीं है, तो क्या होगा? या तो मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी ऑफ बर्गर ज्यादा होगी और या कम होगी. तो आइए इन दोनों केसेस को डिटेल में समझते हैं. First case says per rupee marginal utility of X is more than per rupee marginal utility of Y, and the second case says the opposite of it. Let's discuss each in detail. The first says per rupee marginal utility of good X is more than per rupee marginal utility of good Y. तो क्या हो रहा है? X से मिलने वाली सेटिस्फेक्शन ज्यादा है, Y की कम है. तो कंज्यूमर क्या करेगा? He will consume more of X and less of Y. So, the moment he will consume more of X, recall the law of diminishing marginal utility. Marginal utility derived from every successive unit of X will fall, and as he consumes less of Y, marginal utility derived from every successive unit of Y will rise. So he will keep on increasing the quantities of X and decrease the quantity of Y till equilibrium is again restored, where per rupee marginal utility of good X and Y are equal to each other. Now let's see what happens when per rupee marginal utility of good X is less than the per rupee marginal utility of good Y. In this case, since he is getting the more utility from Y, he will buy more of Y and less of X. When he will buy more Y, marginal utility of Y will decrease and that of X will increase. So consumer will keep on adjusting his purchases until he gets the equilibrium point where these two are equal to each other. So that's all about consumer's equilibrium under cardinal utility analysis in case of two commodities. But there are various limitations of this analysis. Let's discuss the limitations of cardinal utility. The first assumption is an incorrect assumption of cardinal measurement of utility. जब हम cardinal measurement पढ़ते हैं तो उसमें assume किया जाता है कि जो हमारी utility है उसे हम exact numbers में measure कर सकते हैं. But this is not possible in the real world, as we cannot quantify the utility derived from every unit of commodity exactly in terms of same numbers. Moreover, utility is subjective in nature. Two commodities have same utility for different persons. So we cannot quantify exactly in terms of number for two different consumers. Then the second assumption says marginal utility of money is constant. But in the real world, it is not true. In the cardinal utility analysis, they say that the more amount of money or the less amount of money, it doesn't matter, marginal utility will remain same. But in the real world, when we have more and more units of money, then marginal utility will fall because of the abundance. So again, this is not an appropriate assumption. Then the third says unrealistic account of independent utilities. Cardinal utility analysis assumes that utility derived from every unit of commodity is independent of each other. However, in the real world, there are various commodities which are related to each other. For example, substitute goods, complementary goods. तो अगर वो goods आपस में related हैं तो उनकी utilities भी आपस में related होंगी और completely independent नहीं होंगी जैसा कि cardinal utility assume करती है. So these are the few limitations of cardinal utility analysis. Now, on the basis of today's learning, there is a task for you where marginal utility schedule of two commodities is given to you along with the prices and money income of the consumer. You have to tell the various quantities of both the commodities where consumer will be at equilibrium. So that's all for today. See you again in the next session. Till then, keep learning and take care.